Find the value of 2x minus y on the board if x plus y equal to 8 and 4x plus minus y equal 22. On the board, you have a simultaneous linear equation on the board. First of all, I'm going to write it out. The solution, you have your x plus y giving us 8. And you have your 4x minus y giving us 22. Now the question says find the value of 2x minus y. After we've solved for these and these, the value that x has gave to us, we'll put it here. The value that y also give to us, we'll put it here to get our final answer. So this gives us the final answer. But first of all, we're going to solve this using elimination method because we have elimination method and the substitution method. But we use elimination method to arrive fast at the answers. Substitution method also give you the same answer. Whenever you're using elimination method and substitution method, you arrive at the same answer. But we're talking about the fastest. The fast that will give you the answer immediately is the elimination method, which I'm going to be using right now. So we call this x plus y equal to 8, which is the first one, which we'll call equation 1. The next one, 4x minus y equal to 22, which gives us equation 2 on the board. Now, whenever using the elimination method, you state the method you're using. Using elimination method. Now, when using the elimination method, there are things you need to be aware of. First of all, before using the elimination method, make sure that this line, the x part, is balanced. Now, if you look at the board now, if you look at your equation 1, the x part in equation 1 is having 1, which is x. While in equation 2, you have 4x. Equation 1 doesn't have a coefficient, only a variable. But equation 2 has a variable and a coefficient. Now it's not balanced, so we cannot eliminate. But in order to eliminate the first part, you need to balance it. You don't have to eliminate, you need to what? Balance it. We can as well use the y to eliminate. You can as well use the y to eliminate because the y there now is balanced. You can as well use the y to eliminate. You can as well also use x. So depending on the one you feel like using. Now, if we are to use the x now to eliminate, remember I told you before we eliminate, we need to balance the both equation. Balance both sides before we can now eliminate. Now to balance it, here that is 4, equation 2 that is 4 here, we multiply equation 1. Equation 1 here is 1. There's an invisible 1 here. 1 times x, which is the same x. We'll multiply these. And since it has multiplied it now, we'll multiply all through. You see it now? Now you have 4 times x. That will give us 4x plus 4 times y is 4y. 4 times 8 will give us 32. See it now? Now we use a 1 to multiply everything here. You have your 4x minus 1 times y is y. 1 times 22 is 22. You see it now? Now the first part is main balanced. Since the first part is main balanced now, we can now eliminate. See it now? It's balanced. Like I told you, we can use the y to cancel out, to eliminate if you want, because the y now is being balanced. Y is balanced. And you can say plus this minus this is out. Is balanced. Or we chose to use the x part. Now we've balanced the x. This is 4x is balanced. Now since they are balanced, now we can now eliminate. How do you eliminate? Before you eliminate, you open a big bracket at the back. Then you put your subtraction sign under it. Now let's eliminate it now. You say your 4x minus 4x is 0. This has cancelled out. 0 already. Now, this bracket here means multiplication sign. This bracket you're seeing. So you say minus times minus give us plus. So now here becomes plus 4 plus y. It's no longer minus again because the minus outside has multiplied the minus inside, making it plus. So this is a positive y now. So you say plus this plus 4y plus y will give us plus 5y. Then equal to, you have this minus this. You see it now, 32 minus 22. So you have 2 minus this, give us 0. 3 minus this is 1, which is 10. So what should we do? Remember, we are looking for our y, which is a variable. So what should we do? We divide both sides by the coefficient of what? 5. So divide both sides by what? 5. When 5 cancel out 5, what remains in y? When 5 goes into this, you have your 2. So we've gotten our y. We've gotten the y. Remember, when you're solving for simultaneous linear equation, you are solving for two things. You're solving for our x and the y, depending on what variable is given to you. On the board, we have x and y variable, which is our x and our y. So we've gotten the y, which is 2. Now, we need to solve for our x. After solving for the x, after arriving at the value of x, we can now substitute them here, 2x minus y, to get the final answer. Now, since we've gotten our y, how do we solve for x? Because x should be the next thing. Very simple. So what you do, you don't have to solve for your x. You said remember we have equation 1 and equation 2. You say put this y you have here now. Put y, which is 2, into equation 1. Let's put it into equation 1. This equation 1. So you write that equation 1 formula. Equation 1 formula is x plus y equal to 8. So it's trying to tell us that anywhere you see your y in the equation, replace it with 2, because y gave us 2. So it will be x plus 2 equal to 8. Now to collect our like terms, which is x is equal to 8 minus 2, which will give us 6. So we've gotten our y, our x are 6. So the variables now, the values are not complete. Now, this is not the final answer. Remember, gotten the value of our y, which is 2, and the x, 6. Remember, the question says, find the value of 2x minus y. So, having gotten x and y, which is 6 and 2, we can now solve for the last question on the board, which is your 2x minus y. This 2x means 2 times x. So you have your 2 times, our x is 6, minus what is your y? Y is 2. Now on the board, we multiply. 2 times 6, 12, minus 2. So 12 minus 2 will give us 10 as our final answer. 12 minus 2 give us 10 as the final answer. Thank you.